if you're watching this episode right now, that means you've watched the other ones, right? So like, comment, subscribe. So let's get into it. Hey guys, happy Monday. It's time for Comic Movie Equation. I'm ComicManJake, and here in the Comic Cave, anything can happen. So, sorry I've been gone so long. Kind of had some health issues. They're getting resolved. But I'm back. Let's get into it. And I'm going to do it with one that I've been dying to watch, and I finally got to see it. Yeah, we're doing V for Vendetta. I know I should have done it last week, but on the 5th of November, remember the 5th of November, but that's my daughter's birthday, and like I said, health reasons are happening too. So, but let's dive into it. So, V for Vendetta is a book written by Alan Moore. If you don't know who Alan Moore is, he's really famous for writing The Killing Joke. He wrote Watchmen. He's written The Swamp Thing. I mean, he's written a lot of good comics. And V for Vendetta was actually a pretty good comic in itself. I was really surprised. Alan Moore's been known to be political in his comics, and in that one he very much was so. I mean, it was about a totalitarian, like nationalist, company of England basically taking over and having a strict regime, basically being like a Hitler kind of way. And there's this guy named V who's basically this just anarchy, everything you can think of, and it's a really good comic. I mean, I was really surprised how much I got. It was slow at first. To me, it was slow at first. It was slow building. Like, I really had to really dive down and really look at it to really get the premise of it. And it took a lot to just really just get into it. But once I got into it, it was so good. And towards the end, I mean, just phenomenal comic. So, movie came out. How relatable is it to the comic? I say this a lot, but I really mean it this time. This one's actually pretty relatable, with some exceptions. I mean, they had everything down to the T. The only thing that they really didn't get down was, in my occasion, when Detective Finch was basically looking at the concentration camps kind of area where V was found and everything. And in the comics, he's taking LSD to do it. In the movie, he doesn't do that. He just, he figures it out. But like at the end, like he has to retire, and just it's. And then another thing that they didn't put in was that was really different was the ending of the leader. So in the movie, the leader's like talking this great talk and blah blah blah, and then V's the one that ends up killing him. I believe it's V, isn't it V? Isn't it V that kills him? Shoot, where's my phone at? So, in the movie, Creedy kills the leader. And in the comic, it's really different. Like, the leader finally kind of just says, like, he gets like kind of emotional at one point and goes down to the people. And at that time, one of the widows who had one of the fallen officers gets kind of goes through a hardship, like becomes basically a stripper, a prostitute, and she eventually buys a gun from one of the guys and goes up to the leader, and the leader thinks, oh, this will be great politics things, people like seeing I'm communicating with my people, and he brings it up, and she gets up and shoots him in the head. Well, there's a similarity of the assassination type, but like in the movie, Creedy kills him for V, and then same kind of thing where V, he gets shot up, and he then presents the whole thing to Eva, I think it is, and I can't remember the girl's name for the life of me, but the one thing that was different in the ending, so in the ending, like they says, you know, well, who was he? Well, he was me, he was this, he was this, he was this, he was everything, he's an idea. True, but in the comics it doesn't end like that. What it ends like is the girl picks up the cape and puts it on, because they're like, you know, he says like, I'm gonna be there to lead this revolution. It's not like everyone showing their mask off and showing who it is. No one has those masks or anything. It's at the end, it's you know, she comes up, and that's when in the comic you realize anyone can be V for Vendetta. Anyone can be V. It's you know, and she's the one like leading it, and everyone's like, oh look, he's back, the terrorist is back, he's going crazy on the town. I mean, that's kind of the ending on this. But other than that, it was pretty similar. I mean, the comic and the movie were really pretty much relatable. I gotta give this a 7 out of 10, mainly because of those little, you know, they had a little more adult themes in the Vertical comics that weren't incorporated in the movie. But I mean, the movie was badass. I mean, I never saw it. I've never seen it. I heard about it. People were talking about it. I remember back in the day when people were putting those masks on. I never watched it because I knew it was based off a comic and I wanted to read the comic first. I'm one of those guys that usually I read the comic first, or I see a movie and I see it's based off a comic and I want to read the comic. So, how relatable is it? 7 out of 10. I gotta give it that 3 out of 10. The reason why I'm not giving it a perfect like 10 out of 10 is because, again, there's some hiccups, but other than that, pretty relatable, pretty awesome movie, an awesome comic. You can pick it up in the links in the description down below, and pick up the movie. It's on the movie's on Netflix right now, but you can also pick up the comic and read that first. I mean, it's an amazing comic, guys. Alan Moore knows what he does. I mean, yes, it's political, but it's in a way that's makes sense. Alright guys, thanks for watching this comic movie equation. I hope you enjoyed this comic movie equation. I enjoy doing these things. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on anything. There's more content coming. And hit the little bell so you never miss out on the live streams and giveaways that we do. Also, I want you to comment down below, have you seen V for Vendetta? And have you read the comic? 2 questions. Have you read the comic, or have you seen the movie? And what was your favorite part? Sorry, I know it's a lot. But what was your favorite part of the movie? Honestly, I love the sword fighting that V did. It's awesome. They made him look so much like a badass. It was awesome. So yeah, that was my favorite part. But let me know down in the comments down below. Yeah, guys, have a good Monday. Peace out.